Thank you. Trying to find a good way, and I've actually had a little time trying to find a good way to describe our offense from Saturday. I'm having a tough time getting that sorted out in my own mind, and a lot of that because one of the things that has not been a concern or an issue for our basketball team is our ability to play offense. That the guys have been really good from the get-go in terms of sharing the ball and knowing what we're looking for, and playing with a lot of confidence at that end of the floor. So that the second half against Indiana State, we slowed down a little bit, but did not see that coming on Saturday, as I'm sure neither did any of you. So we've got to get guys going a little bit again. There's some things that you can tweak and adjust, and you're always working to do that. Always looking at some ways to help the guys get in better spots. But you can't. We made the change before the Drake game, and that helped us. Some of that is still helping us, but you certainly can't change your offense or your defense, every time you go play another game. So we're at a point where we've just got to do some things better and help them as much as we can at the offensive end of the floor, and then we've got to find a way to get a little more determined defensively and in some loose ball rebounding type situations, so that we can give ourselves a few more chances. So we're working out at 2 today. Looking forward to a good practice and getting ourselves ready for Wichita State. Wichita, I said it earlier on the conference call this morning, they lost all 3 of their games in their tournament, and I think when that happened, a lot of people nationally felt like they weren't as good or weren't going to be as good. But Van Vliet didn't play in that tournament. Their starting center at the time got hurt during that tournament. They had a freshman guard that didn't play in that tournament, and 2 of those 3 guys are healthy now, and we all know what Van Vliet means to his team and what he's been like to play against. So their record isn't maybe what a lot of people nationally thought it would be, because they went through a couple injuries and got beat a couple times, but they're every bit as good as what everyone thought they were going to be, and they're starting to play like it here in the last couple of weeks. So be a fun challenge, and I know our guys will be ready to play Wednesday night. With that, I would take questions.
You mentioned that you're at the point where you need to just do some things better. I guess you can't play for them. So what do you do as coaches?
No, I'm going to tell you something, Jeremiah. It's a good thing that I cannot put myself in, because that wouldn't help us right now. From a coaching standpoint, Jeremiah, it's finding ways to just keep helping them, help put them in spots where they're comfortable and where they're confident. And there's a little bit on the side of Ben and Ted and Clint playing for the first time, but we're far enough in now where I don't like talking about those guys as a group and the other guys as a group. We're at the point where we've got one team, and our team needs to do some things better. And one of the things we did not do very well against Loyola, we had some opportunities to throw the ball inside, and we didn't. And Ben was open probably a half a dozen times. Ted was open a couple of times, and in particular with Ben, the way he's been playing, with as productive as he has been, he's shooting just above 70% from the field. He needs to, when he's open, we need to throw him the basketball. So we missed on some chances to do that, and I think that would have helped our offense look a little bit better. And Paul, we talked a little bit about Paul. He's struggled for whether it's 3 games or 4 games now. He's just having a hard time getting himself on the right track. So figuring out a way to help him and get him into some spots and do some things that'll just help him feel better about the way he's playing. And part of that is our job, and part of that is him being able to fight through it and get there. You think about how he played against Iowa State. He couldn't get the ball out of his hand fast enough, and it was going in. And against Loyola, he had a tough time deciding when to shoot, when not to shoot, and so we just got to help him get back on track, because he's obviously very capable of being a guy that can make things happen in a hurry. And so those are the kinds of things that we got to get after today and tomorrow, and we will, just to help things go a little bit better. And again, the one thing I did not anticipate was having a game offensively like we had Saturday, and neither did the guys. I mean, I just didn't. That's not what we saw coming. So we'll work at it. But those are the things that that I'm thinking about the most.
Is a lineup change possible?